Hello, HUD House Hunters. It's Donnie Corum with ColoradoSpringsForeclosureDeals.com. Well, today we're standing in front of 4640 Wildcat Court. Now, this home features 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, a 1-car garage, a little over 1,300 square foot of space, and it's priced to move like a townhouse at only $120,000. Now, retail in this neighborhood, which is located Arrow Plaza and Powers area, so basically again southeast part of town, should go for about 140, maybe 145, but they've got this thing slashed down to only 120,000 for what needs basically cosmetic work to be good to go. I really think you're going to like it. Come on in, let's take a look. Heading upstairs at 4640 Wildcat, this is your basic bi-level floor plan. So you've got an upstairs, you've got a downstairs. On the upstairs, as we walk up here, you'll notice a couple features that stand out to me on this. Perhaps the most important are these windows. These have recently been upgraded, and as you can see here, they're solid surface vinyl windows, meaning that the house should be relatively energy efficient without you having to put money into that. Before we leave here, I also want to show the roof on this property, which is a newer style shingle. So you've got your simulated shingle on here, which means the roof has also recently been replaced. So those are 2 major items on this property that you simply don't have to do because they're already good to go. We're standing here in the living room area on the upper level. This is where you set out your couch and your TV and things of that nature. Again, the real flaw with this property, if there's anything that stands out to me, it's the flooring. The carpet's kind of dirty, kind of dated, and kind of shot. So, but again, 1,300 square feet, the carpeting cost on this will probably run you $1,500, $1,600 maybe to replace every square foot of carpet in here. And that's really all you need to do to this house to make it perfect. We're walking in this direction into the kitchen. This is a galley-style kitchen, and thankfully they've left the appliances. So you've got a nice-looking double-door fridge back here. You got a stove, and you've got the dishwasher. The only thing you're missing is the microwave hood here. So that's about a $180 purchase. No real big deal on that. And then you'll have a complete appliance set again without you having to do much at all. This is the dining room area. They put a little fan in here to designate that right off of the kitchen. So decent use of the square footage on the upstairs. And then you have 1 bedroom and a bathroom upstairs. This would be your master bedroom, if you will. And here in the master, it's a pretty good size. They cut this out here to make room for I don't know what. I think originally this was just carpeted all the way through, but at this point they have some linoleum down. When we're reflooring the property with new carpet, you can just go right over that. I would just carpet this entire room to match as well as the rest of the house, and then this won't be so obvious. No damage, just they pulled up the carpet. If you're big on closet space, you got a nice huge walk-in closet back there. Plenty of room to store your things, full walk-in closet, lots of shelving, everything you could need and everything you'd expect to find in the master bedroom. So that concludes the master. We head this direction to find the bathroom, and the bathroom is going to have a nice tile on the floors. You might update that if you don't care for the color, but you've got a good vanity that looks to be in solid shape, your toilet, and then your shower surround there. For some reason, these lower tiles don't match. I guess maybe they probably replaced those at some point, so you may retile the whole thing to match so it all looks like one uniform color. But again, small price to pay, tons of equity to gain, well worth it to make some real basic enhancements to this property to make it perfect. 120 grand, guys. We can barely get a townhouse in that price at any sort of decent, square footage. So picking up something like this for 120 definitely makes it a hot deal. Let's check out the lower level. Downstairs at 4640 Wildcat, and what we walk into is a nice living room area. Features a complete wood fireplace, so natural wood fireplace. And as I mentioned before, same problem down here, the carpeting is just shot. So we're going to call that a loss and just move on and get new carpeting. But if that's all you got to do, trust me, you'll be thankful you picked this property up. Now, we have the furnace and water heater back here. This house was built in about the 80s, so these are relatively recent and are probably fine as is. Obviously, we'll get an inspection done and verify they're in working order, but in my professional opinion, it looks pretty good to go there. We have 2 bedrooms downstairs. This is the first of the 2. Again, nice vinyl window, relatively bright, good-sized room. And the only problem is the flooring, like we've talked about in the past. It's just a terrible color, but when they go ahead and recarpet the rest of the property, you can take care of that all at the same time. So if that's, again, we start there, we finish there, you've got a good-to-go property and about $20,000 to $25,000 worth of equity for doing nothing. So You know, this is an opportunity to buy a distressed asset, guys. I mean, a lot of people are like, well, if I don't put any money into it, how do we get money back out of it? Well, here's the bottom line. The government's not in the housing business. They're in the business of getting rid of properties that have now become foreclosed and as a result are distressed properties that they need to load off at a lower price that they know the market value will support. That's the opportunity here at Colorado Springs Foreclosure Deals. We're not looking to sell you a house. Anybody can do that. What we're looking for is finding you a good deal because this market will shift. It will go the other direction. And when it does, the guy that buys this property for 120 grand will be selling it for 145. Whereas the guy that paid 145 to move into this neighborhood will still have a house that's worth 145. See what I'm saying? So the bottom line is you got to buy the opportunities, especially when they look like this. We understand that not everybody out there wants to do a full remodel, but if you can handle calling a carpet guy to lay the carpet, maybe putting a can of paint in here or there, this is an excellent opportunity, and that's what 4640 Wildcat has a lot of. Cosmetic rehab, doesn't need a lot of stuff. We're going to take a look at the backyard. We'll get you rolling. Come along. We're going to head downstairs into the backyard here, but I want you to see this little landing and deck area off of Wildcat. It is covered patio space, so it's not huge by any means, but it is plenty of room to set down a couple of lawn chairs and enjoy this awesome view of Pikes Peak from your own back deck. Now you can see here we have some birds enjoying the wildlife out here, so pretty awesome. Feels very natural despite the fact that you're right smack dab in the middle of the city area. So this is what we call a flag lot. It's not very large, and it's sort of a corner lot, which normally comes with larger lot space. But this is kind of tucked back in. It's a V shape. It goes from here to the back. You've got a couple of outbuildings on the property. Here's one of them, a very large storage shed off in the distance there. And then most of your yard space is here and off to the side in the back here. You've got some trees, very mature landscaping that'll cover up some of this road noise for you. You know, and it's just a decent sized yard. It's not huge, not a lot of it's in the backyard, but plenty of space, lots of place to play. Let's go ahead and recap the Wildcat property. We're at 4640 Wildcat Court. Basic cross streets will be Aero Plaza and Powers area, basically. This home has 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, a 1-car garage, and is currently listed at $120,000. In a typical market, I just flipped a property in this neighborhood where somebody bought the property for $145,000. Is about the same square footage as this one, so that's what I would guesstimate the retail value of this one is, about $145. So you come in for $120, you carpet it, you paint it over the weekends, bam, you got $25,000 worth of equity in a property that you've done very little to. That's the opportunity we're looking for at ColoradoSpringsForeclosureDeals.com. You want to be a part of it? You got to give me a call. Number's at the bottom of the screen, 719-649-2500. Don't forget to hit us up on the website at www.ColoradoSpringsForeclosureDeals.com. And of course, check us out on Facebook, Colorado Springs Foreclosure Deals. Just search for that on Facebook. You can become a fan of the page. And what's cool about that, guys, is we update that constantly with people who are buying actual deals in this market. Week in, week out, you're going to see stuff that's closing. We give the real numbers. Here's what they bought it for. Here's what it's worth. So you can see that there are deals out there and people are finding them, they're getting them, they're closing on them despite this quote-unquote bad market that we're selling in. So take advantage of that. With that, this is Donnie Corm with ColoradoSpringsForeclosureDeals.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.